Once upon a time, in a small town, there was a little boy named George. George loved gardens. He loved to see the flowers bloom and the vegetables grow. His favorite thing to do was to plant seeds in the ground and watch them turn into wonderful plants. George had an idea. He wanted to make a special garden. But this was not just any garden. George wanted it to be a garden of sharing. He decided to call it George's Garden of Sharing. George thought, if I share my seeds, I can share happiness and make new friends. So he asked his mom and dad for help. They gave George some seeds that could grow into big, beautiful plants. George invited his classmates to join him in his garden. He said, "Come to my garden and we can plant seeds together." His friends, Emma, Liam, and Sarah, were excited. They all went to George's house after school. George showed them the seeds he had. He had sunflower seeds, bean seeds, and even some strawberry seeds. George said, "Let's put our seeds in the ground and see what happens." They all dug little holes in the soil and gently put their seeds inside. Once the seeds were covered, George said, "Now we give them water, and soon we will see tiny sprouts." Every day, George and his friends took care of the garden. They watered the plants and watched them grow. Day by day, they saw the green leaves come out of the soil. They were so happy. As the plants grew taller and healthier, George's friends became happier too. They laughed and played in the garden. Sometimes they would even bring more seeds to plant. Soon, everyone in the neighborhood heard about George's special garden. More kids wanted to join in the fun. George welcomed them all. The garden grew bigger and bigger. It was filled with colors, smells, and the sounds of laughter. One day, George looked at his beautiful garden. He felt proud of what he and his friends had made together. "We did it," George said with a big smile. "This garden is full of love and friendship." The plants began to bear fruits and flowers. George and his friends picked the fruits and shared them with everyone in the village. They shared strawberries, beans, and even big, bright sunflowers. George said, "Sharing is fun. We can give happiness to everyone." George's Garden of Sharing became famous. People came from far away to see it. They loved how George and his friends worked together and shared everything. George knew this was not just a garden. It was a place where friendships grew. The garden taught everyone an important lesson. Sharing brings joy to everyone. George and his friends showed that by working together, they could make something beautiful that could be shared with everyone. And so, George's Garden of Sharing became a place of love, friendship, and happiness. It was a reminder that, just like plants need the sun and rain to grow, friendships need kindness and sharing to bloom.